we're seeing Lord of the Synth start with Link's house and finds the 10 bomb booster. Not a bad start. And meanwhile, LordoftheSynth found the shovel.
Shovel, all right.
Interesting. And it started from Sanctuary, so most likely going to do the Houlihan route.
Oh, absolutely.
So we were both right. To a degree. We predicted the routes that these guys would take.
What's he gonna get from this tree pole here? Just arrows.
I mean, those would be nice if they find like the bow early on.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, it's been far too common that I've seen bow in Turtle Rock.
Way too many times.
Heck, I recall there was being one race in which it was not just in Turtle Rock, it was at Bumper Cave, which required you to go through Turtle Rock to get to the exit of
Oh, wow.
the upper area. Oh no! LordoftheSynth messed up the Houlihan strategy.
Oh no.
Yeah, for those wondering how you get it to be consistent, you just go in that cave and you drop down 3 times into the water.
Yep.
It works every time. And Carol's gonna give up on Houlihan and move on to. Looks like they're gonna go see. Yeah, they're gonna go to Lumberjack Cave. Let's see if Aghanim is required.
We can only hope.
Meanwhile, we have LordoftheSynth gonna grind some bombs here and gets one.
There we go.
Only one. And what's our Hoardercraft have for us today?
No.
Just hearts. Now, I do know that Hoardercrafts have 2 items, but unfortunately the other one requires you to grab a certain amount of the first one. And our item today is Big 20. And I missed the race. It happened so fast.
Yeah, I missed the race as well, looking at LordoftheSynth.
Well, I glanced over back to Synth, but I missed it in a brief moment. We have another Big 20 at the library, so our runners are going to eventually converge at Kakariko here. And Carol's not picking up the 20 rupees right there either.
That's interesting.
And finds a piece of heart in the Thief's hut. And LordoftheSynth being a little bit smart, he's bombing this hut.
Yep.
Which does have a couple rats, but also has 4 bombs. So he's basically getting a net profit here.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see if he dips in again, grabs 4 more. Oh, yeah.
Smart play.
Oh, absolutely.
I find this bomb grind just a little bit too slow, though. Which is again why I choose the Houlihan route, because I can just buy bombs straight away.
Yeah, but it's free bombs.
And we're about to see a lot of items being checked right now. We're going to see the well as the Thieves' hut. So pay attention here, folks. Piece of heart on Carol's end. Arrow booster, small key to Castle Tower. B-Torp. 5 arrows, all those on Carol's end. We have another piece of heart on LordoftheSynth's end. No bomb. Not check that last one. We have 20 rubies. The map to Eastern Palace. And a compass to Ganon's Tower. The most useless one. The most useless of the useless.
Even more useless than that Hyrule Castle map.
No. Because the compasses are useless. Oh, a sword from bottom.
Sword.
From the sick kid. Very nice. So LordoftheSynth now has a weapon, but LordoftheSynth will find that soon enough because there is a bottle in these 4 chests that Synth is opening right now.
Yeah, these runners are going to be very pleased to find a sword this early.
Yeah. And
just a compass to Dark Palace.
yeah, that compass is not exactly the greatest thing here.
No.
And once again, folks, if you're wondering why we're saying compasses are useless, all they do for us in Keysanity is tell you the items distributed. Maps are a little bit more helpful in that they tell you what pendant or crystal the map dungeon is in the overworld. And Ganon's Tower? Well, we don't care about any of the items in Ganon's Tower unless the big key is in Ganon's Tower.
Yep.
And TheLostCarol has now picked up a bomb, but it's going to check shovel spot. And Lord of the Synth does not have the shovel, so this could be a big advantage for them. And that's 100 rupees, so I'd say so. That's a big advantage.
Yeah, that's bottle
And-
vendor money right there.
But the bottle vendor only has an arrow expansion.
Yeah. But she don't know that. Unfortunately.
And Chicken Hut has 50 rupees. So that'll buy bombs. And Carol is going to go all in on the race game, so we'll actually get to see what the item is. Lord of the Synth talking to Sick Kid, getting their first sword. And he's a little bit excited about that. Oh, it was a 20 rupees.
20 bones.
Yeah, Kakariko is the town of expansions.
Yeah.
So let's see where they go. Obviously, Lord of the Synth is done here and is going to start checking the woods as well as Lumberjack, most likely. Where he goes from there, though, I have no idea. But his routing did bite him a little bit, actually, because, again, we have found the Sanctuary chest has the shovel, and he had to go past the grove already.
Yep.
So it might be a while for him to check that item, but then again, not required, so he's not going to be hurting too much. Oh, nice!
Oh, wow.
Rats dropped a 4 bomb drop, so Carol does not need to grind anymore.
Nope.
And I want to point out something there. That old lady's face is kind of wrong. And oh, that was a poor chicken clip. 2 out of 10. I have actually gotten the chicken into the other room. I'm not kidding. I've done it twice. But anyway, Lord of the Synth now checking Lumberjack. Arrow Booster bought from TheLostCarol. And both of these runners are just basically checking where they're going to go. So where do you think the first divergence is going to be?
I gotta say, Mini Moldorm Cave's gonna have. I think it's gonna be loaded. For what we've gotten in Kakariko, I don't see why it wouldn't be.
All right. Yeah, that's a good place to go. But again, I usually, when I was doing my Keysanity practice, the other day, I actually opted to do the Houlihan, like I said before, go buy bombs at the lake shop, and then actually ignore South Shore and go straight to Sir Hostler's place and get information on where the green pendant is, along with getting those 3 items.
Do you dip into Eastern as well? Well, I guess depending on whether you find a weapon or not.
I do dip into Eastern because you can still get the first 3 chests in Eastern without needing a weapon at all. You just have to be
right, that's true.
You just need to be kind of careful with the pot throws in the Stalfos room.
Yeah.
And Eastern is one of the dungeons you can easily double dip.
Oh, absolutely.
But Lord of the Synth is now checking Mini Moldorm Cave, and with the sword, this should be pretty easy. He has to be a little careful, though.
Yeah, this room can be a little tricky sometimes. Can be quite trolly.
Well, it's mainly for the damage. If he takes, if he gets bumped in the pit, that's taking 2 whole hearts of damage. 1 from the Moldorm, 1 from the pit.
Yep.
And then the crabs outside just ripping the shreds if he goes for Ice Rod. We've got a bomb expansion, 20 rupees, piece of heart, and also a compass to Skull Woods, and a small key, but to where? Turtle Rock. That is actually one of the important ones.
Oh, absolutely.
getting another 4 bombs from Carol, and also find the map of Thieves Town. That is actually pretty good. Thieves Town map is actually pretty good. Once they have Dark World access, they can check the map and know exactly what dungeon that is, if it's required or not. And with that sword, Carol is actually going to be able to do the escape, so that's where they're going. Meanwhile, Lord of the Sims has to be careful. These grabs deal 2 whole hearts of damage.
Oh yeah, they definitely hurt.
And that guard does not help either. Oh, those ambush guards. Always fun when they show up.
Surprise.
And... oh, wow.
Ooh.
That is the one and only small key to Tower of Hera, found at Ice Rod Cave. Now, that means that whatever items in the basement could be required.
Oh, absolutely.
Meanwhile, Carol's dealing with his first guard at the checkpoint. Finds a piece of heart. Moves on. And Synth, where are you going to go? It looks like Synth's heading over to Eastern. At least that general direction. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna go pay Sarasala a visit. Which again makes sense. He has 3. Which again makes sense. He has 3 items.
He's got 3 items, and then them 3 items in Eastern as well.
And again, probably the most important thing is you'll know what dungeon has the green pendant without needing to dig around for the map for it. Choosing not to learn that information, though.
Yeah, maybe he'll do it on the way out. Oh, we got the flute! And the glove! Oh, wow.
That is pretty significant. And chooses not to dip into Eastern. Yep. And picks up his shovel, finally. But yeah, those 2 items are kind of big here because that gives him access to the back of Escape. That gives him access to that. Wow, have magic at the cell.
Magic. Wow.
And actually, in the hype of finding those 2 items, I missed the second guard checkpoint item.
I didn't catch it either.
Jetstar is also saying us that we have a vanilla green pendant, so it's at Eastern Palace.
Oh, wow.
I did not see a match check in the runners, so.
Yeah, I have not seen one either. Not a whole lot in the back of Escape.
No. Oh, Synth did one? I must have missed it then.
Yeah.
Well, knowing release for the green pendant is kind of nice. Although that is kind of a deterrent because you don't exactly want to do Eastern without the bow. Or the big key for that matter. But you know, I would still dip in for those first 3 items because those could be something important, like maybe the lamp, maybe our moon pearls in there. It's a little early on, but you never know. And Swag Tug is coming online for Lord of the Synth.
And the goose is loose.
Meanwhile, LostCarol will be doing bomb strats on these mold arms. I'm getting them confused. So yeah, Lord of the Sims is gonna go check the shovel spot, and then they don't have a lot of items actually.
No, they don't. I would imagine maybe you might go check Agina's cave.
Yeah, Agina's cave. Maybe even
or he might dip into Eastern.
Yeah, I have to assume that Eastern has some form of regression based on what we know. He's gonna go grab the old man in the dark first. The item that they will get is technically a Seeker's Break because Lamb is pretty much required by the logic from what I understand. Because there's like at least four dungeons that require the lamp to get to the end. And only 3 of them can be pendants. Carol picks up the key to Tower Hera. Saves quits. Let's see where they go. Meanwhile, Synth has successfully saved the old man. And gets rewarded with the bow!
Wow.
Okay, that's
All right.
important.
That's very important.
But it's more so important is that if they are meant to go into Eastern for a double dip, then that means the bow... Yeah, technicality... By technicality, the bow is fire rod, is lamp locked. And we have a big key up there here on Spectacle Rock. What's inside? A piece of heart. And there's our confirmation that it is indeed Eastern Palace. That I actually saw this time. Our container, flute, and glove for LostCarol. And LordoftheSynth is going to check the front side of his cave here.
Looks like LostCarol's gonna make that play on Eastern.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. And I do want to pay attention slightly to Synth here, because I did miss that second item in the guard checkpoint. The Vanilla Boomerang, I believe, is the official name of that chest. Yeah, I wouldn't blame... I'm actually thinking Lantern's in Eastern Palace too.
Yeah, definitely a good chance. Definitely.
Actually, I'm gonna go one step further. I'm gonna say Mirror is in Eastern Palace. Lamp is in Hera. And the big key up top was the Eastern Palace big key that we saw on Spectacle Rock. Moon Pearl
We
found.
got the Moon Pearl.
So as I thought, it was required to come in here.
Yep.
At least to dip it once. Alright, this is the chest I actually want to see from Lord of the Synth. Coming up here in a little bit. Meanwhile, Carol's going to open up chests of their own. It was 20 bucks.
20 bones.
That's not that impressive. What's impressive is maybe the lamp.
There it is. There it is.
The lamps in Eastern Palace. So, here's my prediction now. That big key on Spectacle Rock is the big key to Eastern, and the mirror is the other item you can reach as of this point. It would make sense because this is a forced double dip situation regardless.
Yeah.
20 rubies. But again, because the keys are shoveled, as well as the dungeon items, pretty much any chest open can be an item.
Yep. And what do we have left to check here?
We have this last chest that Carol's going to. We have Agonist Cave. And with the lamp... No, that's it.
Yeah, that is it.
Unless they grind for... They have one other option, and that's Zora. They can technically reach Zora by going through the land route to him.
Yeah.
They don't have the money for Zora just yet, but they can reach him.
What if we find Cape in Agina's cave?
Oh, you're right. We are one item away. from the Force Agony play. Oh, but there's why I didn't
Oh,
fit.
never mind.
So Mountains in sequence, Dark World, Meyer is in sequence,
That it is.
or at least the area around Meyer.
Yeah, I believe all they'll be able to check is the Meyer shed for now.
Yeah, and also, more importantly, getting the medallion knowledge.
Oh, absolutely.
But Carol, no doubt in my mind, is going to go turn on their flute.
Oh, absolutely.
And Lord of Synth's gonna realize that his sequence break's not that major. He's like, oh, I had to come here anyway. And even though he has the bow and the lamp, the big key is unknown to us. We know where at least one is.
Yeah.
But no one has claimed a big key yet. And there, once again, we have the swag duck happening. This time on Carol's end. Now the question goes to Carol. Do they go to the mountain or do they go to the mire? I would say go to mountain first. And that's what they're doing. That's smart.
Yep.
Because they can't do much over here about mirror, and the same goes for mire. But by doing it this way, they check the mount items, and then they check the mire's items, and then they save and quit. Whereas they have to do save and quit the other way around and whistle back up the mountain. So it's a little bit faster, just a touch faster if I want to be specific. And this actually is a good rounding here because Carol will be getting their bow.
Yep.
And
she will be very happy that she came up here.
Now the question is, which one of our runners is ahead right now? It's way too close to tell. They have similar items, and this seed is turning out to be somewhat linear. Oh! Synth getting a little body block there.
Yep.
Tried to do the quick strat to get the switch underneath those bubbles. Is gonna have to end up killing the enemies in this room though, to make them scatter. His health is way too low to try. Yes, we are aware, game. And Carol has now got the information.
Oh.
Choosing to save and quit anyway. Interesting.
Yeah, I would say these runners are probably about even.
And oh, I didn't realize this. Wow, my brain completely derped. They have the entirety of Village of Alchemist to check. They're gonna go there first.
I think we might see a dip into Skullwoods.
They have the map so they can see what it is, I believe. So yeah, so far the seeds turned out to be somewhat linear.
Yeah.
And given the routes have converged temporarily, I'd say that Carol's ahead by just a few seconds.
Yeah.
But again, this is way too close to call. We're only 24 minutes in. And we have next to no progression. Alright, Sea House. On Carol. It is a heart container. That's actually really good at this point. You know, Lord of the Synth finding up the piece of heart and getting another heart container off that. So something our runners are going to be doing is they're going to be looking around for keys. Maybe even a dungeon or two. They can poke into Thieves Town on here and get a few early items. Or just go all the way down.
Just finish it.
Yeah, there's only gonna be one chest that Carol can't get to, and that is the big chest. And okay, I can kind of see what Carol's doing here, and I'm okay with it. Carol's checking the outskirts down south here first, just to see if there's anything that can give him better off. Because 7 Hearts Blind on green tunic and no shield, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So she's looking for
Oh,
stuff.
fire rod.
That'll help. With that half magic, that is 16 shots of instant death fire. Not many enemies can survive that. Not
Nope.
even the most notorious boss of the fire rod's probably known for, Cold Stare. Cold Stare will just literally melt. And some arrow boosters for Stumpy. And yeah, pending keys. Actually, do you need any small keys for Skullwoods? Maybe. No, actually, you don't. If you're going running Skullwoods, you don't need any keys.
Nope.
Because there's one in the pot just before you exit to release the thing, and then there's also the one on the Gibdo.
And we got the hammer.
Hammer in Thieves Town, and a small key. But where? Turtle Rock. That's our second one. 20 rubies. The Flippers. A compass to Desert Palace. And 20 rubies. So, kind of hype.
Kinda. Not terrible. Could definitely be worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I give that one a 4 out of 5. Or no, 3 out of 5. And you can see now the effect of the compass. LordoftheSynth has an item tally. And is Carol... Oh, Carol. Carol's doing the water checks for a second there. I thought Carol was going into Ice Palace. But we have the Book of Medora on the Lake Hylia Island. That is interesting. Meanwhile, we're getting our favorite bridge friend to give us an item here. Rewarded with the magical boomerang. Not the best item, I'll admit, but it has its uses.
Yeah.
And we have a small key to Dark Palace in Thieves Town. That is huge. I missed the other 3 items, by the way, that was in the first 3 chests, but we'll find them out later.
Yeah, I don't believe it was anything good.
If there was anything of importance, our tracker will fill us in.
Yep.
Which, once again, is Nifboy. Shoutouts to him, as well as our restreamer, once again, Death Star.
Absolutely, they are doing a hell of a job.
And confirmation from Nifboy, just some items there. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Carol found a 3rd small key to Turtle Rock, as well as a small key to Dark Palace, so that was well worth their time.
Absolutely.
And Carol doesn't have the rupees to buy Zora's item, but is checking the ledge. And it's just a ball expansion.
That is unfortunate.
Well, it's on an alright check, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, but Synth. This is a Synth. Be careful, man. Down to a single half heart. Has to be careful.
Yeah, taking a death here would be very unfortunate, because it would take so much time to come back down in here.
Yeah. Thankfully, he does have access to a few health recovery items here. Which is not going to be much, but again, I don't like fighting blind at low health, and our next item is 50 rupees. Now, because he doesn't have the small key, Lord of the Synth can't get the final item in the big chest. And I think that's what's scaring Carol, is that small key. And also maybe not exactly comfortable dealing with, I guess, a low percent and fight. Oh no!
Oh no!
Synth took a death at the worst possible time, nearly at the right at the end of the loop. And Carol is doing something kind of unique here. Oh. Okay, Carol was checking this. I was thinking, again, faking me out. I thought Carol was going for the backup hula hand strategy, in which you bomb jump, you launch yourself into the hole with the bomb. But that works too, I guess. Also, I should also point out here, neither runner has checked the dark room chest in Escape. They don't have the key to approach from the backside, but the front side, they can actually just go right in.
Yep.
And here's the Meyer play. As Synth checks hammer pegs. Mr. Meyer. The video of this bird is Bombos, and we find a shield at hammer pegs. So this is actually turning out to be quite interesting here. A map to desert. Good information there. And a bomb expansion. Not exactly the greatest things in Meyer, but eh.
It's always good to get it out of the way, though.
Also, I just realized there's a little bit of humor in the Lake Hylia Island having the book.
What's that?
Well, based on what the items they have right now, as we see the Desert Ledge has only 5 rupees, no matter what way they go, via whether it be from Meyer or to Desert or straight into with the book, they need the mirror.
Oh, that is right. That is true.
It is Desert Palace, just because of this one item, is mirror locked. That is a rarity. It's usually only Swamp that is mirror locked. I find another map. The Swamp Palace. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting seed.
Yep.
And we don't know if that's required even. I'm sure get a map check here soon from Carol to confirm. Nope, not gonna check and see if it's required. And for those of you who might be thinking, oh, they'll just listen to the music when they go in the dungeon, the music is actually shuffled in Keysanity, so you can't rely on the music to know what if it's a crystal or a pendant. So nice. So once again, that's why the maps are somewhat useful. They're not the most useful item, but they're helpful. And Carol is now going into Thieves Town. Will be getting their hammer. It's in that chest right there. Blacksmith's reward. Oh boy.
Oh, here we go.
That is the King of Samaria, folks. I'm not a fan of Ryu. I'm not stealing his line, but if Sirius is here, I know exactly what he would say. And only 20 rupees there. So overall, the items here are pretty good. And so I want to point out here, Lord of the Synth actually does have 500 rubies from his earlier checks. So Zor is on the table for him.
What do you think Zora's gonna have for us today?
Given the fact we haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna say that Zora has our mirror. And the third chest in there was just bombs. But there's the hammer for Carol. That's actually kind of a troll item item placement for this. Oh, Carol took a death!
Oh.
But that's early on in the dungeon, so it's not going to be that much of a pain.
No.
But yeah, getting back to what I said, the hammer being in Thieves Town is kind of a troll.
It is. It really is.
Because you expect to, when you're doing the full clear, you looking for that hammer, you're like, I don't want to do this dungeon without the hammer. Because I want to full clear it. And then it just shows up anyway in the dungeon. I've actually been doing a little bit of a gamble if I don't have the hammer, in which if I get that small key early, I ignore the small key at the end of the hallway that Carol's in right now. And I just use that small key to open the door, and then I pick up this small key later in case for the double dip, if I need it.
Oh, it definitely makes sense because there's no point in picking it up at that point.
Yeah, I basically just say ignoring the big chest if I don't have the hammer, and I get an early small key. Of course, in the first 2 times I tried to put that into practice, I ended up finding the big key anyway. the hammer anyways, rather. But anyway, we're about to finally see what Zora has for us. And our researcher is predicting that it'll be ether, but I expect it to be progression in the form of the mirror, but it's just a heart container. So, looking at what items they have. Oof. Okay, so it's either in Skullwoods.
I was gonna say I'm very surprised nobody has made that quick dip into Skullwoods yet.
Or bye. It's either in Skullwoods or it's on Blind. Our progression is somewhere on them, because once again, oh no, they actually can. No, I can see why they're trying to avoid. I can see why these Carol's avoiding Ice Palace. And they can't do Swamp because they don't have the Swamp Palace big key. Or small key, rather.
Yeah, that Ice Palace play, that'd be a very brutal play, only having Fighter Sword and Green Mail.
Not to mention,
no
hook shot. I'm getting tongue-tied, sorry. And yes, while it is open in logic, they don't have any keys for the sake of convenience, and that's what worries me. And we had a Pokeball. Brief appearance of a Pokeball. And I missed the first 2 chests again because I was looking at Carol's feed. Doesn't look like we got anything important in so far out of the Skullwoods yet. Oh, we have a Meyer key in Skullwoods. All right, never mind. We had something important. And the big key of Turtle Rock. That's huge. That's huge because if they actually Medallion pending, they can get into Turtle Rock and complete it.
How many small keys they got now? 3?
I've seen 3 small keys. One was that pyramid fairy, or not pyramid fairy, waterfall fairy. One was that hype cave, and I believe the other one was in Kakariko somewhere.
Yep.
And it looks like TCL, or LostCarol rather, died, and I was not paying attention to the item that Lord of the Synth just got.
It was a vanilla small key.
That explains why I didn't notice it. Unfortunately, Lord of the Synth is forced to back out because they haven't done the digging game for the Fire Rod.
Oh, wow.
And unfortunately, Carol's getting bodied by these beetles. But gets through, and let's see here. Oh no!
Oh, wow.
Double F! Jeez! And we have Lord of the Synth starting on the mountain. Makes sense, it's the fastest exit point. I don't know why Carol's fighting these beetles. I usually just open the chest and drop them in the pit. Because it seems to sync up so well every time I do it. But yeah, Carol with the Fire Rod will be able to finish this dungeon. And there it is, the small key to Misery Mire. Not actually required, but helpful for convenience sake.
Absolutely.
And just a bomb expansion in the other chest.
It looks like Synth is gonna make that play back to Turtle Rock. Or not Turtle Rock, but Thieves Town.
Yeah, he wants to kill Blind. Which, I don't blame him. It's gonna be quite painful regardless. But yeah, with all the keys being shuffled around, you might think, oh, let's everybody look at that. One chest is a small key there. That is the only small key that is not shuffled, I think. Because if you fall in the room directly above the pit, just to the right here, you fall down, but you can't get out of the room. And thus you're soft locked. And the randomizer tries to prevent all soft locks, so as a result, that's always going to be a small key, no matter which mode you play. Carol going for the big chest, but does not have the big key. Whoops! Meanwhile, Lord of the Synth is going to go back down to get the blind out of his cell. I think Carol's muscle memorying on full clear strats. I have done that before. Now this is kind of interesting. We know this is not a good. We know this is a small key here, but Carol doesn't, and Carol does not have the Samari to make this trivial. But by comparison, Carol does have the Fire Rod to make it so that they can finish this dungeon. And I'm sorry, I'm a little puzzled here. Something's missing. Where's that Gibdo? The Gibdo in the big key chest room did not spawn.
I didn't even notice that.
That's strange. Man, tonight's been just weird all around. But here we go. We see the blind fight on Synth's end, along with Carol on one heart checking this lower chest here. And one more hit. There we go. Blind is down. We
Having
have
no
our
troubles
first.
whatsoever.
We have a key.
Ooh,
The
that
Dark
is a
Palace.
pod.
But our first crystal has been collected 45 minutes in. And we find the big key of Swamp Palace. And Carol is choosing not to fight the moth.
Yeah, having a green mail and 7 hearts or 8 hearts. Yeah, it's a tough fight.
But you have like 8+ shots of the fire rod. You can easily kill the moth. And you also have a bee. You can stick the bee on him.
Oh, that's right. We do have a bee. Those sweet, sweet bee strats.
Oh, Lord of the Synth does not have money for the shovel game.
Oh,
That's
no.
really, really bad because that's what the
That's-
fire rod is.
Oh, no.
And we see Carol dipping into Ice Palace. Which, combined with what we know, this is where the progression is.
Yep.
Actually, no, wait. Pod.
Oh, that's right.
Even though we can't technically do anything in Pod, Palace of Darkness, there is still that one chest at the start that could have our progression. Not to mention the pyramid and catfish. And I believe that is where Synth is going. And Carol trying to do bomb strats here. Not exactly succeeding. These are actually one of the few enemies that doesn't get insta-killed by the fire rod. It's one of the rare exceptions.
And there's the
Rewardico!
hook shot.
That is gigantic.
That is huge. That opens up a lot.
Most importantly, it opens up the other side of. We keep calling it Death Mountain, but it's apparently the Heaver Mountains. But details. That opens up the rest of the mountains for Carol as well. Combined with the hammer, that opens up Hera.
That is right.
Now we don't have the big key to Hera yet, but they can still poke around in the basement. And Carol, nice kill on the Stalfos there. Has to be a little careful here, but with the hook shot, should have no issues exploring this dungeon. Takes an electric shock to set up the bomb jump here. Now, this is the... Oh, no, they're not going to do it because they're low on health. And I like this heads-up play from them.
Yeah.
They want to play it safe, and there's a heart here. And we are getting that catfish check. Did we see... No, Synth didn't go up to pod.
Did he check pyramid?
I think he did. But he didn't check... Because remember, he upped the nade without having money for the digging game. He didn't necessarily have money for Kiki.
Oh, that's right.
So we missed what was on pyramid most likely, but we know that catfish is another one of those useless compasses we don't want to see. And Carol, with their newfound hookshot, is on Death Mountain. Or, yeah, I'm just gonna keep calling it Death Mountain. It's easier. Even though I just said that it's apparently the Heaver Mountains. No, we'll just call it Death Mountain. Meanwhile, LordoftheSynth is checking checking the mire shed here, and we are seeing our first look at Paradox Cave this entire time.
The new hype cave.
Yes, I like to call it the Mountain Hype Cave. Or if you want to be even more terms, you can also call it Super Hype Cave because there are 7 items here instead of 5. So far, though, we just get a compass to turn a rock and a small key to Dark Palace. That's pretty good. Actually, wait, they can go a little bit deeper. I just realized because in Dark Palace, I completely forgot the amount of small keys they picked up. I think that's what, third, the fourth?
I believe it is the fourth.
So what else do we got here? We got another small key. Ganon's Tower. We have the compass to Ice Palace. Not really helpful. We find a second key to Ganon's Tower and another B. So, in terms of small keys to Ganon's Tower, that's all they'll ever need. Once they find the big key. And even then, that's all they need to explore the basin area to look for the big key, if they still need to do that when we get to that point.
Yeah, because I believe, again, his tower, you only need 1 small key.
Yeah, the 4 just are enough. And Floating Island is the other boomerang.
Where is that mirror?
The seed is actually very linear from what we get. Once they got the flippers, the play was to go to Ice Palace, and our flippers are more than likely in here. But we're seeing Lord of the Synth as we find a mushroom. Oh boy, fetch quest time!
Here we go.
And there's Kiki the monkey. And there's a small key to Castle Tower. That's the second small key to Castle Tower. They have both keys to Castle Tower. Now, we know Aghanom's not required by any means of the word. But, if the keys are out here, what's in that Castle Tower?
That's right. In Keysanity, those 2 chests in Aghanom's tower, they contain items.
I've actually seen a rare occurrence in which you were forced to double dip, and wow, Lord of the Synth finding the blue mail in the first chest of Palace of Darkness. Very nice find there. And does have, oh no, Synth only has 3 small keys. They will not be able to fully check this dungeon, despite having more or less everything they need. And a third small key to Ganon's Tower. I want to say that's all the small keys? No, I think there's one more.
Yeah, I believe there's 1 more left. That's unfortunate, though.
Unfortunate. Nice pun. But yeah, with I don't think they have the big key, so they have to leave. So Harrow is not the place. Wait, no, the mushroom. The mushroom might be the answer here. Mushroom to mirror. Now we know blacksmiths have the cane, so combined with those 2 items, you can actually do a trick called fake powder. But half magic is not exactly the best.
No.
Oh my goodness! Do you see Lord of the Synth's key count?
I did not.
He just found a vanilla small key.
Oh, here we go.
And he also found the cane of Brian.
So finding that cane of Brian, that means Spiral Cave is open up.
I think Stims just took the lead here because the mushroom turned out to be 50 rupees.
Oh no.
The mirror or whatever our next item for progression is has to be in Palace of Darkness. And Synth has enough keys to do a full clear here. So this is going to be very interesting here. Oh, but wait, Carol, being surrounded with that hook shot, is going to go check Super Bunny as well as the hookshot cave. I completely forgot about this as well. Another small key to Misery Mire. That is Synth's second key. This hookshot is leading Carol up the mountain. We'll see, though, if it's leading Carol on a wild goose chase. I would hope not.
I would hope not either.
And Synth has to go back through this way because he went to check the basement chest. Again, he's trying to avoid opening the front door because otherwise he'll have to go find another key. So everybody has a heart piece. And there's another one of our shields. So we found 2 shields overall. And here comes the moment of truth. The hookshot cave. Has a heart container. As well as a small key. The Thief's Town. Oh boy. The big key to Eastern Palace. That's huge.
That is big.
And a heart piece. Now, we know that Eastern Palace is a pendant, but it's the green pendant, vanilla green pendant even. Sarhasala is now on the table to give us our progression. Good old Sarsaparilla. Always the troll. And Lord of the Synth is opting to kill Helmasaur this early on. It's not a bad play, because he has enough keys to continue to get all the other chests. So what I'm thinking he's going to do here is he's going to kill Helmasaur, go back to the compass chest area, go south, open up that door, get those chests, and then double back and do the hammer jump and get those last 3 items that way, and then get out of there.
Yeah, that does sound like the play to make. Does he know how to hammer jump?
I would hope so. It saves him a lot. It would save him a lot of time in trouble. But if he doesn't, he'll have to look for another small key in order to get the full clear done. And Carol, this is smart actually. Carol actually has not killed blind. Oh, but Lord of the Synth doesn't have the Dark Palace big key.
Oh no.
Neither runner does. That's still up in the wind. How did we forget about that? And he was technically locked in that room because he couldn't get out. And it looks like Synth is going to go back into Palace of Darkness. He thinks that item is there. Progression is there. Meanwhile, Carol is going to go see those last 2 items through to the end. And desert is actually a crystal, so the mirror is absolutely required.
But where could it be?
Could be right here in the Thieves Town big chest. Let's find out what it is.
What we got?
The map.
Oh,
The kid's town.
oh no.
Oh, I don't want to spark any emotes here, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Debated. Lord of the Synth is actually opening up the front door, which means he will need another couple of keys here. Finds 20 rubies. That Thieves Town big chest, always the troll.
Always.
Synth has used up all of their keys now. Let's hope that doesn't come and bite them in the butt later. As we find the compass to swamp. And Carol takes another death! This is not the easiest blind escort. But yeah, nothing found at Lord of the Synths. I have to wonder where their next progression is.
I'm gonna say Armos Knights.
Yeah, you're right. With the Eastern Palace Big Key found by Carol, that's on the table. Stubbornly trying to get through to... Looks like they're trying to get back to blind. Took a lot of unnecessary damage, though. Alright, on to phase 1. Oh, come on.
Oh, got sniped.
Carol does not use... Carol did buy a red potion, did not use it yet. And Carol is actually finding those Stalfos without needing to, hoping for some heart drops, but I would just say tank the damage, heal up the red potion. Meanwhile, it's Lord of the Synth going down south here. Has the money now to check.
You think we're gonna see some frustration slashes here?
Maybe. As 3, 4, there it is. 5 digs in. And there we go. Carol is back at the blind fight once again. This is where this blind fight struggles, is because they have to go back in the room. Carol gets the second phase done. This is where things get hectic, though. I would heal. Oh, Carol. Be careful, Carol. Have a heart, drinks the potion. Very nicely done. Survives their health intact and picks up the key to Dark Palace along the way. Carol is up to 4 keys. So that means there's one key that Synth found that Carol did not.
Yeah, I can't remember where that key was at.
Or can I? It had to be. It had to be a place where Fire Rod was locked, right?
It might have been.
Yeah, so it might have been. Oh wow!
Oh, we got Bombos in Gary's lunchbox.
That's actually pretty big. That's actually our Meyer access.
Yes, it is.
Also, something that just surprises me here. Carol didn't check the medallion requirement for Turtle Rock when they were up there.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
So we don't know what that is. Meanwhile, Synth is going into Ice Palace and doesn't have the keys necessary to finish the dungeon, but will get the hook rewarded with the hook shot.
He's gonna be very happy to see that.
Oh my goodness. Oh no, wait, they don't have mirror. Never mind. I just had a thought. One of our protection is in that first chest of.
Oh,
What is the first chest of swamp? Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it is pointing out, we do not have a means to enter for this. Enter Meyer just yet. But Meyer is actually a big place. And with that Bombos pickup, I'd say Nif or Lord of the Synth has the advantage here because of this. Knowing that we have the hook shot now. That gives us Meyer access. Our progression is in Meyer. It has to be. We've checked so many other places. Sadly, Heroes at Eastern. And I think Carol's about to go to Eastern to check that.
Yep, that's exactly what she's doing.
So this is kind of intense. We're an hour in. Can't exactly see the hour mark. Working on Lord of the Synth tracker, but rest assured it's up there. So make sure to give these runners a follow. They've been putting on one heck of a race.
Oh, absolutely.
And after those rocky start we had to this, due to some tech issues, this race has been going pretty well. And Lord of the Synth is not doing the bomb jump, which is the smart play here. He can get a few more items by going... Oh, he is doing the bomb jump.
He is doing it. Yep.
Now, this is smart because he can go straight to Cold Stare as a result. But do you loot around for more items? I would say I would have actually not done this route just yet because of the items on the right side here coming up. I would have went around and grabbed them first. And I missed the item that was in the Eastern Big Chest, but...
It was the Master Sword.
Oh, boy. You know what this means, right?
What does it mean?
Castle Tower.
Oh, that's right. Now we have our access into Aghanim's Tower. That's right.
Now, again, we don't need to kill Aga 1. He's only guarding 20 rupees underneath the lumberjack tree. But the two small keys that we have for Castle Tower means that the two items in Castle Tower itself to other dungeons. Yes, DH Storm, they have both Castle Tower keys. We have found them both. But once again, all Aghanim's guarding is 20 rupees. But like I said, just because they have those items does not necessarily mean that the tower is not required. Because those two chest keys, well, they were in chests. So as a result,
they can hold anything.
no R. Sorry, Stomp. But yeah, they can hold anything. So we're seeing two boss fights at the same time. First is up on the left is Cold Stare. Meanwhile, we have LostCarol dealing with Armos Knights. Using the safety strat that I used to do. Just stand in the corner and fire arrows. Doesn't set up the fast kill, but oh my goodness!
Oh, here we go.
A key to Skullwoods. But more importantly, that is the green pendant. Let's see what Sarhasala holds.
Do we know our other two pendant dungeons?
I don't think we do, no. Yeah, we haven't had a Dark World map check yet. And oh no!
Oh no.
That is one of the worst deaths to have, a death to Cold Stare.
There's those frustration slashes. Oh, the big key.
To desert.
Wow.
But that leaves us again with our question. Where is our progression? So far, the line I'm seeing is they had to go get the hookshot out of Ice to get the big key out of Eastern to get the Master Sword, so they can go up to Aga Tower.
And it looks like that's the play Carol's going to be making here.
Yeah. I mean, we also have the King of Samaria, but that doesn't do anything until that. And we don't know if Aga Tower actually has any items. What we do know, though, is that no runner has checked the Dark Room chest in the sewer escape.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm honestly surprised Carol did not do that first. Although, Carol can just get themselves killed. Also, surprised they're going with spin strats here. I say that because I know for a fact the Fire Ride kills those guys instantly. Alright, so here's our first item in the Castle Tower after this guard dies. We have 20 rupees, but what is in the maze?
Show us the mirror.
And for those of you just tuning in, we need that mirror not only for Ice Palace, but we need it for Desert because the book is on the ledge. It's another key to Dark Palace!
Wow.
That's 5! That's all the keys! Keys that we'll ever need. Actually, wait! Carol hasn't been in to Dark Palace. We have all the small keys for Dark Palace, to our knowledge.
Yeah, she's going to be able to full clear it.
She doesn't know that the last one's in Dark Palace, though.
Oh, that's right. Or no, wait, no, we still haven't found the big key yet, have we?
No, we haven't. But for all we know, it could be in the dark room inside.
That is true.
So Carol's gonna check the back of the chest. Meanwhile, Lord of the Synth is checking these Paradox Cave chests, which we already have seen. It's another B. And What's this gonna become here? It's a blue potion.
Blue goo.
So, with everything that we've discovered thus far, only place I can think of is Meyer.
Yeah, Meyer.
Meyer's the play. But in order to get into Meyer, you need to do the blacksmith route to its entirety, which Carol has yet to do. So the entire hookshot stuff was kind of a wild goose chase.
Yeah, it was.
They only needed it so that they can get into Meyer. Checking the mountain, that just led them on a wild goose chase. Which is unfortunate, but admittedly also kind of humorous.
And Lord of the Synth realizing he does not have the book.
No. For those of you, once again, the book is on Lake Hylia Island. Which means no matter which way they want to enter Desert Palace, the mirror is required. Now, Lord of the Synth finds the mushroom and can do something interesting with it, which is the fake powder glitch. He has the Cane of Samaria, so he could opt to do that first before turning it in. And there's the other Castle Tower small key. First one we found way back in Kakariko. The second one was right here. And Carol has picked up their blue tunic. So both runners now have that half defense. Oh! Lord of the Synth now has to defend himself.
No coffee break for Lord of the Synth.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't use the cane to set that up.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a little bit faster. Yeah, Master Sword we found was in the big chest of Eastern Palace. And that is actually our first major sword upgrade. We have yet to see any other ones. And Carol has defeated the Mimics and is moving on upstairs to find Ganon's or Desert Dark Palace key number 6. And there it is. So Carol now has more or less full access to the dungeon here, with the exception of the big chest as well as the boss. But yeah, we'll see if anything comes out of this. Gets the Cane of Brian. That would have been nice to have against Blind. Space Scout, we did check Sasparilla's item. It wasn't anything important. Or was it? I've already forgotten. Oh yeah, I think it was like the map to Ganon's Tower or something.
Which item are we talking about?
Sasparilla's. Oh, Sarsaparilla had the Desert Battle's big key. Right, I forgot.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, I forgot. Oh, wait a minute. Hello. Did the LordoftheSynth not check this item when they were up there on the Death Mountain?
No, I do not think she checked Spiral Cave.
Oh my goodness, this could be the break. What do we find here? We find a map. The Hyrule Castle! Oh! Downvote that. Ugh. So yeah, folks, we more or less concluded that the logic wanted you to dig up the fire rod. No, actually, the logic wanted you to do the blacksmith route, because you don't need the fire rod to get the hook shot, technically.
No. Now I'm curious here. I wonder if Lord of the Synth is gonna decide to make a dip into Turtle Rock.
Depends on if we have the medallion. Because once again, Carol did not check that. Carol only checked Hookshot Cave and left. And no hammering up for Carol, does not need it. Able to check the remaining chests here without any issue. And we have Ether for Turtle Rock. So now here's the big thing. Because of the extra small keys that Carol has found, Carol can check these 2 dark room chests over by the big chest. Synth has not been able to check these. So if the mirror is over here, this is huge. It's the cape.
Cape. Oh boy.
Wait a minute, have we seen Bumper Cave yet either?
I don't think we got a check on that yet.
No, we haven't.
And there's the boots!
What are those? Oh my goodness, now this seat is just... Okay, there's a few more item spots that have opened up because of this, but for most part, it's still pointing... The seat is still screaming, Meyer, Meyer, Meyer.
Yeah, I definitely think Meyer is the play here.
Carol's buying Blue Potion. So Lord of the Synth is checking Spike Cave. Small key to Meyer. The seed is even nagging at them. Go to Meyer, go to Meyer, go to Meyer. And Synth is listening to the words. Wait, Synth, what are you... Oh, despawning the bird. Smart. Although, Bombas would have taken care of them, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So here we go. This is our first look into Misery Mire. And we've more or less got the hunch that that is required. Now, we do have boots and we do have the cave, so maybe one of those 2 spots are required as well. We don't know yet. King's Tomb, the Bonk Rush next to Sanctuary, and Bummer Cave all haven't been checked yet. Getting shot by that Beamos. Those things have ridiculous knockback, jeez.
Yeah, they are very annoying.
At least they, well, no, they always, at least they, can only see you in one time, depending on their, cycle. Carol is now checking Spike Cave. And yeah, with 3 small keys to Meyer, they don't necessarily need any of these small keys. Because, there's actually enough small keys on the ground to do a full clear.
Yep.
Because they can get the one underneath the pot to go left. They can kill and they can kill the one in the jellyfish to go further, and that's all they need.
Yep.
Any and all small keys in Meyer that you can find are just conveniences. Like, for example, right here in this room that LordoftheSynth in, you can just open up that door to go straight to the boss.
Yep.
There is another route though that you can take that doesn't require a key though, but it's just a little bit slower. And here we go. We have a boots check. 300. Oof. There's still one more spot the boots unlock, and that is King's Tomb. Let's see if that is the play. And King's Tomb is blueberries.
Yeah.
Oh no! And there's
There's
Ether.
Ether. Oh.
Oh my! What the? I don't. What? Ah. Okay, so now they wanted you to do the blacksmith route, then go into ice. Thanks for the hook shot. Come here to get Ether, and also get the hammer out of Thieves Town. All just so you can do Turtle Rock. The heck is this seed?
This seed is amazing.
This seed is being so trolly. It's giving them so many options, but they're just being dead ends. It's actually linear. It's kind of hilarious, but it's also kind of stupid. And yeah, there's 50 bucks there in that chest. So unless right side here of Meyer has like the mirror or something to break this combo. Ugh. What is... I don't even... Carol remembers that they can check Spiral. Nothing there, though.
Yeah, but this time around, she's got the boots, so it'll be a much quicker check.
Yeah. Mirror!
Oh, wow.
There we go! Finally! The mirror has been found. That opens up desert, that opens up swamp.
Yeah, because how convenient, because now once he's done with Meyer, he can go straight into desert and check that out.
And then he can go to swamp, and then he can go to Turtle Rock. The question is, where are all the other big keys that we need?
That is a very good question.
We don't even have the big key for swamp, so we can't even fight Vitreous. So the actual hint here for the seed was to go to Meyer. And at the big chest, oh, can't open it. No big key. And has not opened that chest yet. Hit the switch yet. But he can hit the crystal switch and go around. And Carol's checking pegs. does not have the blacksmith in tow. And Synth is ready to blue potion here. I don't know when they're gonna drink that. Ah, that's where our other shield was. So Carol's upgraded over the fire shield. Actually, both runners have the fire shield. And this chest here contains the compass to Eastern Palace. Thanks, game. So yeah, with the mirror in tow, it's time to check desert and finally see what items it's been hiding from us. And oh, ooh, wait a minute. Eastern actually was required to some degree because they don't have. Lord of the Synth does not have the big key to Eastern Palace.
Oh, that is
Desert,
right.
or Desert Palace, rather. I must have misspoke. Oh, but
Ooh.
there's a big key here. Where's it go?
Misery.
They forced you to double the fire through that.
Oh, wow.
What the heck? But yes, folks, big key to Misery Mire at Checkerboard Cave with a mirror already inside Mire to begin with. What is this seed? Oh my goodness. Back he goes. I don't think he's too happy. Simp, though, is going to first poke around the desert area. And I don't think it's a bad... What? Okay, giving more potions. That makes sense. He wants to stock up. Because Vitreous, with their current setup, is not the easiest fight.
No, it is not.
Especially because he hasn't got the Master Sword out of Eastern Palace. And Carol's going to realize, I should go to check Mire. Carol has realized that Mire's the play. Now the big difference here is they high five. Carol has the big key to the desert because they have done Eastern Palace. Sasrasla has that big key, and we know it's required, which means Eastern is required.
Yeah.
Heck, the only thing we don't know what's required at this point is most of the Dark One dungeons, because we have yet to see a map check. But also, probably the most important thing is we don't know what pedestal is required. Because again, that book is mirror locked. Synth just found mirror. LordoftheSynth about to find mirror.
We can only hope.
Yeah, Strom. Yeah. While Carol does not have that extra small key. Actually, no. Carol has just as many small keys. But it doesn't matter because you don't need any small keys to play this. Oh. I'm getting names mixed up. I apologize. But yeah, you do not need any small keys to explore Mire. You only need them to collect chests. Or just make shortcuts in general. So we see Synth in the dark, getting ready to go fight Vitreous rather. Almost said Cold Stare. Wrong boss, me. They're both eye bosses, all right. You can give me that much. Easy to confuse the two.
Wonder with Lord of the Synth if we're gonna see those sweet Kane O'Brien strats on Vitreous with his half magic.
And Carol doesn't have magic.
Oh.
But it's fine, fine. They have more than enough magic with the lamp in half. And it has a blue potion. Strange though that they didn't pick up the hat. There's a full magic pot actually just downstairs. I'm surprised they didn't pick it up.
Yeah, right before you go up the stairs.
Now, Lord of Synth did not get ambushed here. This is one of the 2 rooms that you actually have little bugs crawl at you from the abominable cave. The other one is actually in Turtle Rock. And this chest here, just money. And Lord of the Synth is taking a heal here. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what strategy Lord of the Synth decides to do as he forgets to hit the crystal switch.
Oh, man.
And LostCarol has picked up their mirror.
Where is he going?
He's going back to hit this switch, but no, that's not the right answer. There's a switch behind the staircase. I think our runners are a little bit inexperienced with this, but that's alright. We're always welcoming new people to try these out.
Oh, absolutely.
And here we go with the Vitreous fight. 3 arrows apiece per eye, and then 8 for the big one. Ammo is going to be kind of tight for Lord of the Synth here. Cannot really afford to miss that many shots. He has plenty of ammo though.
Oh, yeah.
But the more time he takes, the faster that eye is going to get. Switching to spin strats, but that corner's not safe. He's out healing.
Oh, no.
That corner is not safe. Like, I don't think the wall is safe.
Oh, no.
Missed it. LostCarol picks up the Spiky Mystery Mire. I'm sorry, I'm still chuckling at that. Yeah, this is a brutal fight.
Very, very hard.
And we see the frustration from Lord of the Synth there. And we get a map check here. The mirror was actually required even further still. Swamp is a crystal. So they had to get everything they needed to get into Mire and then go. Now the here's the thing. Carol is leaving Vitreous alone for now and choosing to go into Desert instead. This is smart, because Carol has everything they need, save for one small key, to full clear Desert. What is in the big chest? That is the silver!
Silvers. Wow.
That is actually gigantic.
That is huge. That is huge.
Oh, even more so. Guess who just tried to use arrows on Vitreous?
Yeah,
So
one hit a piece on the small eyes and 2 on the big one, and that's it.
Yeah,
Such an easy fight with them silvers.
Yeah, that's gonna make a huge difference here going forward as we find them out to Skull Woods. Carol can now fight Vitreous with all the confidence in the world, I think.
Yep.
Gonna go first deal with Lambolas, which makes perfect sense. The Lord of the Synth is now in Eastern Palace. Now, unfortunately for Synth, he's gonna find the Master Sword in the big chest. Nothing too major on, I think, the Armos Knights, except for, I think it was actually, no, I think it was a big key to there. No, it wasn't a big key. Sorry, folks.
I think it might have been a small key to Skullwoods, maybe?
Yeah, maybe Skullwoods. It was either that or Dark Palace. I honestly forget. But more importantly, he can turn the green pendant and get his big key so that he can get the silver arrows to kill Vitreous. He gets some redemption. So here we go. Here's the Master Sword for Lord of the Synth. And that also kind of makes me realize that you have to fight these Armos Knights here without the silver arrows, which makes the fight even more trivial than it already is.
Yeah.
And a nice kill on Lambolas for Carol as they drop a map to Meyer. So now they can see if Meyer's even worth fighting Vitreous now.
That is true.
Carol picks up the crystals for Desert Palace and moves on. Let's see, was Zin Steph's in vain? I have to know. Carol's not checking. There it is.
Oh,
it was in vain!
Panda.
It was in vain! It's all that work that Sim tried to do and then died was for the red pendant. I can't help but feel sorry for the guy, but ouch. that hurts a little bit. Oh yeah, and it was a small key to Skullwood, as Lord of the Synth has killed the required Armos Knights.
But what if Vitreous is holding that ice rod?
That's evil. I like it. Well, we'll see where that turns up. They actually got, yeah, that ice rod in terms of just items, that's their Go mode item.
Yeah, it is. That is true. Yeah.
But it's not Go mode necessarily for keys. Because Turtle Rock, even if it's our pendant, our third pendant, we have everything we need to clear it. No, you're right, Stomp. Carol does not have the small key here to swamp. But it's gonna check this first chest anyway to see where that leads them. It's just a heart piece. I mean, it was a quick enough check.
Yeah, definitely.
I believe the play here is absolutely Turtle Rock.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no doubt in my mind. Even if it is a pendant, they can still get most, if not all, the items there.
Yep.
And Lord of the Synth picks up his silvers. Where is Carol going to go? Oh. Oh, wait a minute. The book.
Oh, that's right.
Either tablet or even the pedestal could have our item. One of our missing out keys. So, Carol is opting to pick up the Book of Medora, and we shall see if it is absolutely required or not. And Synth is heading on to Lamola's. As Lost Carol has picked up the book. Where are you gonna go, Carol? Carol has gone to the house. It looks like Carol will check Bombo's tablet first. So let's see what's here. This is actually going to be a big item here. And we are an hour and 47 minutes into the seed. Once again, folks, give these runners a follow. They absolutely deserve it. The seed has been taking him everywhere. And not playing nice at all. And while you're at it, make sure to give our tracker, Nif Boys, a follow. Well, wait, big key to Dark Palace.
Old pod big key. Oh, here we go.
But yes, also give our follow to our tracker, or Nif Boy, our restreamer Death Star 175, and let's also not forget my co-comment here, Dime, and well, I guess myself as well. Let me give you actually links here to those follows actually. There you guys go. And Synth has now realized that his pain was in vain. And also the moth is required, I just now noticed. So it comes down to where that last pendant is. If we know that, we'll know everything else. Carol's stocking up. Are they going up? Yes, they are. They are going up Death Mountain.
Here we go.
Which is actually a nice little play.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, well, here's the thing. They actually were... Carol's actually smart to pick up the book. Because if they're going up the Turtle Rock anyway, they might as well make a detour and check the Ether Tablet.
Oh, absolutely.
And also, I almost forgot there was a big key on that Spectacle Rock that's
right.
That has been taunting us this entire race. What is it? Let's find out. It is the big key to Ganon's Tower! No guessing in the night. Oh, and we have now confirmed that Turtle Rock, thanks to Lord of the Sith is our 5-6 crystal, which means Ice Palace, I believe. No, wait. We don't know if hair is required. Never mind. We still don't know. And I missed the item. Yeah, Ice Rod is our required item. And I didn't see what Ether Tablet had, unfortunately.
It was just rupees.
First rupees, alright. Man, this seed is not being kind, but
No,
the
it is
Games
not.
Tower Big Key is huge. And we could... Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. Wait. Maybe. Alright. I'm gonna call it here. Okay, Sith is making me double guess myself all the time. I thought he was checking King Pad. Then I thought he was gonna do Swamp Skull with Zenped. Now he's going back into Thieves Town. Jeez, he's taking me for a roller coaster. Oh, he's checking the one item in Oh, this is where the map to Ganis Tower was. It was here in the big
Yep.
chest. Right, now I remember. And the lost... I'm just gonna say TLC at this point. TLC is gonna go check the big chest in Dark Palace. Gets trolled by the Helmosaur. And for all we know, this could also be our last pendant. To which, actually, if it is our last pendant, we only need the the Swamp Palace small key and the Ice Rod, and I think we're in go mode.
That is go mode, yeah.
Actually, we need it regardless, but... Big key! Ice Palace! Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Ice Palace. Jex... We do not know if this is the Pedals will see because they've only had access to the book for like 15 minutes. Neither runner has checked the pedestal at this point. The book was mirror locked and the mirror was in Mire. And they had to go through quite a few dungeons just to get to that mirror. But we're down to only a few items left here. This is turning out to be one of the longer seeds. And with those silver arrows in hand, Carol is going back down to fight the Helmosaur King. Something that Synth has not done yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, he went all the way to Helmosaur's door without the key.
Yes, completely forgetting that he did not have the Dark Palace Big Key, which we now know was in a tablet, so the book is required. Actually, it may not be required. By the logic, it would be, because you needed to get the Ice Palace Big Key. But we don't need that, because we can do Ice Palace bomb jumps.
Yep.
These turtles are kind of annoying. I actually start on hitting the one on the right, and then as I kill it, the other ones come near me, and I flip them as I killed the first one. It's a little bit easier on me. I basically try to go for one and then stun the rest of the second swing and then clean them up afterwards. Now, Carol has to be careful. It does have blue potions. What made this seed so trolly is a whole bunch of item chains to eventually get access to Misery Mire. Because they had to go into Ice Palace. They needed to do the blacksmiths in order to get it anywhere close to doing that. Or getting the Fire Rod, which is a digging game. Flippers were at, I think, we're at the Hype Cave. And the Titan's Mint was in Eastern Palace. And only $50 on Helmet Sword King, but what is this? It's a crystal!
It is a crystal.
So that means Hera or Ice is our last pendant. Now, we would have known if Ice was a crystal or not earlier, but unfortunately, Lord of the Synth died to Cold Stare on the last hit, no less.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate.
Carol is looking like they're heading to Turtle Rock. Surprised they didn't do it earlier. Yeah, this seed has not been kind to them.
No, not at all.
And we're seeing our first Mothula fight. We already know this is a crystal, but what is the item that the moth is guarding? Unfortunately, Moth is being kind of a troll.
He's being very trolly tonight. Yeah, there we
But
go.
the Moth is down. Now, this is our first Moth kill. What does he drop? A small key! Ice Palace!
Oh.
But that's actually okay. That is actually an okay item. Because combined with the Ice Palace Big Key, they can go mode Ice Palace without needing to do the bomb jump.
That is true. That is very true.
They only need one small key and one big key, and each runner combined has them both. And we are finally seeing the inside of Turtle Rock here as Carol is opening up the portal. And we are finally having our book check.
Oh, here we go.
What is our pedestal item today? It is just Cash move right along. Pet is dead. So once again, folks, the last dungeon we need to worry about is either Hera or Ice Palace. Don't know which one. But it's easy enough to go mode Ice Palace. And then if it happens to be Hera, we just need to find the big key to Hera. Which could be in Turtle Rock anyway. But we also need the small key. I almost forgot about that. We also need the small key to Swamp. Which again, high chances in here. Or maybe not. I just realized we have not seen the big chest out of Goldwood yet, have we?
Nope.
And Dom is also pointing out that if Carol can clear Turtle Rock, which they can't do just yet because they don't have the Ice Rod. Oh, wait, Sid does not have the big key. Neither runner do. I almost forgot about that. The big key for Skullwoods is still missing. Oh my goodness!
Vanilla small key?
It's Vanilla small key! So that means that Skullwoods can be full cleared by either runner. Oh my goodness, this is really close now.
We just need to hope to find that ice rod in here.
Yes. But you know something else is happening right now? It's the 2-hour mark for both of these runners. So you have to start wondering here, when are the mind games going to start setting in?
I think they already set in.
If they know the skill of each runner, they're probably going to be wondering, where is the dot done? And we have the small key to Desert Palace.
Wow.
We have not checked that right side yet. That could also be where our final piece of the puzzle is. So, in terms of having a true go mode, regardless of this outcome, we need the ice rod. We need the big key for Tower Hera. And we need the one small key for Swamp Palace. That's it. We get those 3 items, we're in a situation in which go mode can be achieved regardless of where the last pendant is. Tower Hera is not confirmed crystal, no, Stomp, but if they find that big key, then it doesn't matter which dungeon's which. They can basically go mode either dungeon that has potential to be the last crystal. Stom, it could, if Tower Hera is a crystal dungeon, then the small key cannot be, the big key is there. What I'm saying is, once again, depending on which one of the 2 dungeons, either Swamper Hera is the crystal, or Byron Hera is the crystal. No, Ice and Hera. I'm basically saying whichever one of those is the crystal, if the Tower Hera big key is found, it doesn't matter here because both runners can finish either dungeon. I'm getting tongue-tied tonight. I'm sorry. Mimic Cave has
absolutely nothing.
And there's our small key to Dark Palace. It was in... I forgot that's where it was. Meanwhile...
Ice Rod!
Ice Rod was in Turtle Rock's big chest. Okay, folks. We are in an item go mode, but we are not in a true go mode yet. We still need to find the Swamp Palace small key. And if Hera is our final crystal, we also need the Hera big key. So we're not done yet. And I would agree, Carol has a huge advantage, including finding the red mail.
That's gonna make this dungeon much, much easier.
Oh yeah. What's not gonna be easy though is the Trinex fight.
No, Master Sword Trinex is pain.
Yeah, they're gonna either do hammer strats or hope that the laser bridge has another sword upgrade. Let's hope for that at least.
Yep.
And here we go. Here comes the laser bridge. Has both the cape and the cane of Bruna. And that's actually another spot we haven't seen yet, have we? We have not seen Buffer Cave this entire race.
No, we have not. That's it's weird.
Oof. Garrow falling off. Finding 10 arrows. Synth is not moving. Big key!
Skull
Woods.
Woods.
Yeah, Synth is not moving here, folks. I don't know what's going on here. Hopefully there's something major. Carol drinking a potion. Being smart. Another 10 arrows. And what is in this final chest? A heart container. So now we get on to the Trinex fight. Trinex is a little bit tricky. And there is Synth back in action here. Hopefully he has cleared his head a little bit and realizes where he needs to go. He's probably getting frustrated there, getting hit by so many dead ends. The Firehead being a little bit of a troll. Missing a lot of shots.
Yep.
But it's down. And it looks like Carol's switching over to hammer strats. And Synth picks up the big heat again, Sour. And Carol doing a very nice dance with Trinex there, as I like to call it. What does Trinex have? Just 20 rupees. But more importantly, he has the 5-6 crystal.
Think Carol's gonna turn in that big bomb immediately?
I would not doubt it, because we are still missing one, potentially 2 keys. One of which is the Swamp Palace small key. And the other one, which I say is a potentiality, is the Tower Hera big key. And that's because we don't know if Hera or Ice is our final crystal. Neither runner has found a map, and if they did, they have not checked it yet. And Lord of the Synth. And I just noticed something, that's why he stopped here. Lord of the Synth apparently lost his connection somewhere.
Oh no.
It looks like he's fine in terms of the stream, but he's not in the IRC room anymore. Ah, there he is. He just got back. So he was just in there real quickly to... He took that little pause break there to get his connection back in order. And Carol is checking this. This chest here, it's just bombs. But it still hasn't killed old Mafia, so we will be seeing that kill. So, after all the spots we have left to check, we've got the right side of desert, we've got the rest of ice. Where do you think the Swamp Palace small key is?
I honestly, I'm gonna say right side desert.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. You know what would be really trolly though? And this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it's on Cold Stare, but Cold Stare has the pendant.
Oh man, that is evil.
I don't want to wish ill from them because they're having a little bit of trouble as it is. Wouldn't it be funny if they had a key? But anyway, we have Kara here about to fight Mafia. Synth starting their descent into Turtle Rock. Our tracker, similar thinking, except it's the Tower Hera big key, not the small key. Me and him are on the same wavelength, apparently.
Arrows do not work.
No. Which kind of sucks, admittedly.
Yeah.
It's a good... I think it's like a beginner's trap because they do give you arrows above, just above the boss room.
That is true. That is very true.
But no, fire rod's all you need. This one can be kind of a thing, though. Nice dodge there. Moth, behave. Moth. Come on, Moth. Be nice to a runner.
Down
There we
goes
go.
Moth.
Mothula down for Carol. Moving on. Gets her small key to Ice Palace. And now combined with the small key and the big key, she can now just go straight downstairs to Cold Stare and fight him without needing to bomb jump. Would it be too much health lost? But it doesn't really matter. But Carol's also going to do the pedestal check. We already know this is just couch cash.
Unfortunately.
Oh, it's a he? My bad. They kind of threw us off, I guess. I do apologize to that. This is why when I don't know, I usually go with gender in specific terms. And it looks like Carol is going into ice. Which I think is a smart play because if the small key's down here somewhere, that's go mode. The Swamp House, this small key rather. But again, we don't know if this is a crystal or not. And yeah, no map. So Hero's gonna be doing a blind dive here and hoping. Synth did check Ice Palace, but died to Cold Stare. On the last puff, no less. But with that one small key, I think Carol is safe to do a near full clear of the dungeon. Actually, yeah, she is completely safe because she can get small keys elsewhere. Oh, not to mention that I think Lord of the Synth is trying. Yeah, Lord of the Synth did not have Master Sword at the time. Synth's getting a little trolled by these mimics.
Hey, there we go.
It looks like Carol
Still opting to bomb jump. Yeah, yeah.
and Lord of the Synth has picked up their ice rod. They are now, actually, they don't have the boots at a Dark Palace or the. I just realized that we also haven't checked Magic Bag yet, so it may not be an item go mode just yet. Because purely of the Magic Bat. If Magic Bat has our small key, then we need that powder. Yes, and for those of you wondering, those are in the dark rooms of Dark Palace, over by the big chest. And Carol's gonna go open the side path here and look around. Makes sense. Few good items up here that he had. What do we got here? What is there to say about that? And that's in arrows.
Oh no.
Synth did not leave the boots behind. He actually had to leave the dungeon without the small keys. But I think he's found the remaining small keys at this point.
Yeah, he's got the rest of them.
And that's 20 rupees. So right sides wasn't required at all from the Ice Palace. So any items were either in the tea room chest. I think that's what it's called. Or right here in this room that Carol is in right now.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. She got her hook shot and immediately dipped out. She was in here earlier. Or he, sorry. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it got, the name confused us.
Yeah.
Slag strats have been found in the form of the bug net. Oh, I just realized something. It's now either 50-50 shot where the cold stare has the progression. Oh, Lord of the Synth takes a death on Laser Bridge. And Carol is finishing the 100% route, the full clear route. Going backwards to check the last chest here in Ice Palace before fighting Cold Stare. Which I believe is a smart move, because if this happens to be the small key for Swamp, and Cold Stare drops the big key.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if Cold Stare has the pendant or not. We would have a go mode situation. But it's the mirror shield. So that's helpful, I guess. Carol's trying to slide across these blocks. Does not even think to use the hook shot. Lord of the Synth dies again at Laser Bridge. But Carol has now got all the items out of here. Just needs to kill the ice ball. So it comes down to this. This is either progression. We'll know once and for all if we need one small key or one small key and one big key for go mode. It all depends if Cold Stare here is holding our last crystal. Yeah, it does look like a Hulu Shield, that coloring. But it's actually the Decidueye. Alright, breaks the ice. Interesting that we didn't see the corral, but... Ooh, gotta be a little bit careful. I hear that beeping.
There we go.
There's Cold Stare down. 20 rupees on Cold Stare.
It is
What
our
is the
crystal.
Hera is not required, so all they have to do now is find the Swamp Palace small key, and we have a go mode. But where is it? The single trolliest key in the game strikes again. It has to be desert.
It has to be.
We're gonna wait for confirmation before we call it, but yeah, they've checked pretty much everywhere. The only spot that could be is on Magic Bat, but even then. Oh no, they haven't checked Bat Fairy.
Oh, that is right.
Death Star, no, they need the small key for Swamp. They don't need the big key. And the Skull Big Chest, you're right as well, has not been checked. Tower of the Hera has been checked to its completion. Actually, wait, 3 of 6. What items for... Oh, the torch, right. They used that our eyes. So yeah, this is it. What's behind here? The magic powder has been found! Oh, okay.
Oh, the seed.
Please tell me the small key's right here.
Oh, there
There
it
it
is.
is!
We got go mode.
LordoftheCarol. Or Coral. I already forgot how to say the name. Is in go mode. At a time of 2 hours, 23 minutes, and change. And they don't have to worry about the Ganon Tower at all because they found the big key. That was at Spectacle Rock. Kind of a flashback to Zelda 1, actually, if you think about it. Because Spectacle Rock had the entrance to Ganon's lair in that game. So Ganon decided to leave his big key where he would know he were... Right. His front door key, right where he would remember it. Oh, well, wait a minute, Synth! He's a couple crystals behind, but he's checking Desert Palace too. And Carol is taking a safety ferry. And yes, you're right. Both runners do not have Tempered Sword yet, but we can easily find that if they might dig Swamp a bit if they are that paranoid about it.
Yeah, I would imagine Carol will check these chests along the way.
And that is Goma for Lord of the Synth, although he does not have boots. And that is a huge disadvantage for him right now. And that's simply because Carol, with that ability to dash, will be able to get through these dungeons much faster. Whereas Synth will have to walk. So that alone states about is a 3 or 4 minute difference. And Carol is not checking the remaining chests. But did forget to pick up the small key here. It's fine, guys. Sonic just hasn't found the light speed shoes yet. I have played a little bit of Sonic, so I know what those are. And 20 rubies found here in this chest. Yeah, Carol's just checking the chest on the way. Oh my goodness! The first chest in Swamp after you get the go mode is the Pinky to Tower Hera. That's funny.
No.
Oh, you're right. That could be really bad for Synth. Is he floating away? Oh no.
What is he doing? Oh no.
I don't think he realizes that he has to clear that dungeon, but more importantly, he does not realize that Hera is a pendant. He thinks he has to do Hera.
Oh no.
That's right, it's on the map that
Is he going back to Ice Palace here?
I don't see why. What's he going here for? Oh, fairies. 10 arrow booster from Argus. And ladies and gentlemen, this is normally we play a little game, but we don't have any reason to play it. So let's just move on to Ganon Tower. It's kind of hard to play the big key guessing game when you don't have, you know, it in a fixed location, in a dungeon. Oh, he's doing ice first, which is technically the smart play because that is a crystal, but should have finished Swamp as well. So we'll have our runners finish roughly 3 hours. And roughly just both these runners are going to sub 3.
Does Lord of the Synth know that ice is a crystal?
He does not. We only know that because Carol finished it.
Yep.
But I think he wants redemption.
I think so too.
And there's the quick kill on Stalfos. We have yet to see that all straight. I'd say this is the worst move in general, because you left a known crystal dungeon to go into a dungeon you don't know what the crystal is to finish it. I would have stayed in Swamp and finished that dungeon and looked around for items maybe. I believe in his haste he didn't realize that Swamp was a crystal. And here we go, we have Carol in Ganon's Tower, and it's going straight up. But 3 small keys, there's no reason to stick around the bottom. Along with that big key. That pot is blocking the shot so bad. And Synth is still trying to bomb jump here. Kind of has to, given the fact he doesn't have the big key. But at half at heart, he can't do it. And it's mirroring out. And it's going back to the Waterfall of Wishing to get berries. For the Well of Wishing. That is a good point. I don't think he does know where Pot is. Although I think they have a map at this point. So this is kind of interesting for Lord of the Synth. And Carol is opting to take this resupply room, which is not that a bad idea. This is a good place to heal before the gauntlet. I kind of do it all the time just because I decided to base tank those first few rooms. And we have Carol starting the gauntlet. Gotta kill all of these enemies here. And Synth actually does not know Pod is a crystal. Oh no, he does not know. But it doesn't really matter because he doesn't have the big key either. Oh no. Oh no. Here it is. Now there is one saving grace to doing Hera. And that is the items along the way. Because he can potentially luck into finding a tempered sword.
Oh, absolutely.
Which will give him a combat advantage. It won't necessarily be the right play, but he'll still have that combat advantage. And you...
Wow.
That's irony right there. The map to Tower of Hera, which tells you if this is a pendant, is in Tower of Hera.
Oh, wow. The seed.
Wow, if you make the wrong call, this thing punishes you hard.
Yes, it does.
I can't help but feel sorry for him, but Make sure to give Lord of the Synth a follow, folks. He's putting up a great show, as is Carol. Actually, give them both a follow.
Oh, absolutely. They are both doing one hell of a job.
Yes. And here we go, the torch puzzle of... Oop, takes a fall, no big deal. And we had a fall to Moldorm, actually, as well. And we're sure that's on the worm. That is Moldorm. Good hit. Oh! Oh!
Man.
Another fall. Yeah, with Master Sword, it's actually, I think it's a little bit easier to do spins. Because you do still do that hammer damage without having the hammer's hitbox.
Yeah.
Especially as he's gonna open these chests to find a... Oh, there's a compass to Misery Mire. You don't need that. 20 rubies there. Yeah, Carol, I believe, is opening these last chests to try to maybe find Tempered before they make entry to finding Ganon, because Master Sword Ganon is not easy.
But luckily, they got half magic and the cape, so it'll make it a little bit easier.
Yes. Arrow booster there. Chasing around this anti-fairy. Smart play. Get some health back, and if they lift... Oh, they're not lifting that pot for magic. Alright, never mind. And we're seeing Moldorm high five, technically. Double Moldorm and double Trolldorm! Oh. One's a little bit more painful than the other one, though. Those spikes.
Yep.
And here they go again. Carol getting 2 quick hits. And
There we go.
a synced kill of Moldorm. No, it's like completely in sync. Maybe by about a frame. And blue bombs and a blue pendant for each runner. Lord of the Synth has to be kicking himself right now. He at least knows where the other, the remaining dungeons are crystals. Now he just has to do them.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate.
Well, let's see how Aga 2 treats Carol here. And someone got a clip of that. Thank you. That'll be an interesting one to show later. Oh, this is actually kind of significant right now. Carol is low on health. Is not setting up for multi-hits. Instead choosing to just deflect the magic back into fakes. Could have had a double there, but walked too close and tapped Aghanim on the face. And that's Aga 2 down, and now it's time to fight the pig. Ganon will require 24 spins to get him into phase 3, 4 more after that, and then a spin plus an arrow shot per attempt. And unfortunately, the spins will send you flying in this fight.
Yep.
It is not the ideal fight to do. Well, we'll see how it goes as we see what Ganon's message of the day is. At least for the seed. Slugfacts. Oh! Okay, Carol realizes soon after that he has to master swing. Use tempered swings. Or spins. That trident's gonna be also a little bit of a thing. Alright, there we go. About 5 hits now. Meanwhile, Synth is back in Turtle Rock. Carol does not realize you can spin attack in the cave.
Yeah.
There he goes. It's like he heard me. These runners cannot hear us, by the way. Just for clarification for anyone new here. They're gonna restock here. Has to be careful with his magic at this point. Alright, he gets the hit in phase 3. Now it's just rinse and repeat. Ganon will randomly teleport, but it will be the same pattern for both runners. Oh, got a fire bat off. That might be a little bit of an issue. There's the last hit. Gets the lamp ready. Oh, Ganon sniped away the... Oh,
no!
Takes a fall, and unfortunately, that means the fight is reset. You'll have to do all of that all over again, and there's next to no potions left. There's no potions left. I would not be surprised if they do a mirror here.
Yep.
Although that is a bad spot to leave your portal. I just realized. Jump down first. There you go. Put your portal in some place where you can reach. There you go. Gets a heal from the potion shot lady. You can do that. We took out the text here. The randomizer takes out the text, but it's basically a free sample that you get of red potion. And we have Lord of the Synth fighting Trinex. Starting with the ice at first. Ice Head's being a little bit of a troll. There's this Trinex. And here we go, round 2 with Ganon.
Let's see how Carol does this time. Meanwhile, LordoftheSynth is working on the firehead. LostCarol is in phase 2. Ooh, Synth takes a depth to Trinex.
No.
That is pretty devastating, unfortunately.
Yeah, Master Sword Trinex is no joke.
Oh, and Carol takes a depth to Ganon.
Oh no.
But it's a fairy. Fairy. We're good. I almost forgot about that. It's out of magic, though. Poach is up. Alright, the teleport pattern is going to be different now because of the failure of attempts. Yes, be careful. Ganon!
Wow.
A little bit of troll there. I do not know what Synth is doing right now. Alright. Ganon is looking to snipe. Ah! He's a little too close for comfort there. Oh no! Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. We're almost there. Carol? I think one more hit. There it is.
There
Ganon
we
has
go.
been defeated. And you can see that since feed is gone, Carol has finished in first place with a time of 2:49:12, 2 hours 49 minutes 12 seconds specifically. LordoftheSynth forfeited soon after. But GG's to both these runners. They did an excellent job.
Very, very nice job. Let's get them GGs in the chat.
Alright, we will see about getting Carol in here for an interview. me see. I'm not sure if it shows up in your inputs, but we see the cone. It's covering up half of our screen. But this race is over, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, GG to both these runners, guys. Give them a follow. They deserve it. They did their best. We are waiting for and GG Carol. First and foremost, I kind of want to apologize. We forgot to ask you about your gender. We were calling you a girl for like half the race because of your name.
No worries. That has happened literally the entire time I've been on the internet.
But yeah, GG to
One
you.
song from Silent Hill.
But yeah, GG to you. Walk us through the seed. This was kind of a mess.
Well, I mean, the seed being a mess is one thing. The fact that I started off so poorly because we were having so much trouble with the IRC and getting me logged in was a completely different thing, which is no one's fault. No one's fault.
I was doing our best to not mention your name, but yes, you were the one that was having the connection first.
Right. So, like, I was already in a bad headspace, and then I failed that Houlihan right off the bat, so I'm just like, this is not going to go well. But I remember my first run, and, I just persevered through everything, and the thing that I just feel worse about is, in spite of my perseverance, it seemed like my opponent was having a lot of troubles as well.
We forgot to ask you about your gender. We were calling you a girl for like half the race. We have an echo right now, folks. Can you get on that restreamer, please, Death Star?
I can just end my stream. I'll make it easier.
Yeah, that'd probably make it easier.
Okay, so, there we go.
Yeah. One of the biggest things here that was kind of trolling us was that mirror.
Yeah.
It was like such a roundabout way to get to it. It was just insane. And was that your first time doing Master Sword Ganon, I have to ask?
Yeah, how could you tell?
It's not an easy fight, but I'm glad you actually learned to be able to do it.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of finesse. That's usually why people say that Tempered Sword is a huge power boost.
It is. And then my heart sank just as I was trying to light the torch, and then I fall off.
And we have Lord of the Synth in chat here. Once again, GG to you. Sorry about the lucky that you had this race. Something else, actually, you found the boots, which actually give you another huge edge. The boots being in the Dark Maze in Palace of Darkness, along with the cape.
Oh, right. Yeah, I know normally it's a better play to go into pod once you have enough keys, but I was just trying to wait as long as I could to try to get as much of it done as possible in one fell swoop. And I know I didn't have the big key on my first entrance, but I knew I did take a shot in there once I finally had enough keys, and that really helped.
Yeah, execution here was kind of an issue for you as well. Because you died to blind like quite a few times actually as well.
Yeah.
This thing was not kind to you in any way, shape, or form.
Nope. But I mean, like, it didn't have any bottles. It didn't have any mail. So I kind of just had to do it in my headspace. Just had to keep going for it. Just because of the amount of keys I had at the time. It was a really key unfriendly seed. It took quite a while for me to find enough keys for everything.
Yeah, that Swamp Palace big small key was your go mode item.
It
Of
was.
all things, that what the trolliest key to the game next to the Ganon Star big keys.
Yep. And then Ganon's Tower Big Key was on top of the Spectacle Rock, so it was easy peasy.
Yeah, you want to know where the Tower Hera big key was?
Sure.
The first chest of swamp after you get through the door. Sid found it.
Oh no. Oh no.
And that kind of led him up the tower. The pro side, though, and here's the thing. This is something else we also found out. The map for Hera was in Hera. So he did not know it was a pendant until it was too late.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't think... No, I did find the map for Swamp, so I did know it was a crystal.
Yeah, the
so.
only ones you didn't know were crystals, I believe, were ice. You didn't know, which was a great gamble in of itself. And that let us know that Hera was a pendant. And also, I don't think either of you found the map to Dark Palace.
Nope.
So that one was also...
Yeah,
crystal.
Ice Palace, since I knew I had the Fire Rod, I knew I had the keys for it. It just felt like the one to go to. So...
yeah. So you're now 1-1 in the tournament.
Yep.
You're still on pretty much thin ice to get into the playing race to get to that top 8, to the final little stage of this.
Right.
I think Synth is more or less out at this point. I'm not sure. He might be able to make if he plays well enough, he might be able to just barely make it. But my hopes are very low, and
hopefully, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my first tournament, and a Keysanity tournament, no less. So honestly, I was hoping to at least not DNF every single race, and to maybe get one win. So I'm satisfied. So everything else is gravy from here on out.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll learn soon enough that that the randomizer is kind of interesting.
Smidge.
Yeah. But yeah, you'll be moving on. Any last thoughts here? Anyone you're kind of worried about coming up against randomly?
I mean, I had Jet in my opening round. I mean, it's just gonna happen how it shakes out. I just need to execute well and do my best.
Well, here's the thing. I know that tomorrow we're gonna have GamerCal have their 0-1 match. And if they win, you might have to fight GamerCal, and I know that GamerCal is a really good runner.
Yep. I mean, again, yeah, that's the thing about Randomizer. Even the matchups are randomized.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
But yeah, I'm just gonna ask you this because you're still, again, apparently relatively new to this. After this race, is there any one thing you're probably gonna go practice?
A couple things I want to practice. Probably the biggest thing is hammer yump, because I know, like, some of my practice seeds, if I'd been able to skip that extra small key, that does a world of difference.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to discourage you anyway, but I hear that that's a double pixel perfect.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
it is. But that's why you practice.
Yeah. Maybe you should also try Master Sword Ganon at least.
Yeah, I might try that more than once.
Yeah, I mean, your Ganon fight was pretty good, considering that you fell and died, but it had a fairy.
Yeah.
But you did okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here, folks. Once again, let me give you guys a heads up on the schedule here. Going on right now on a Link to Fast Randomizer 1, we have Fred Coughlin
We know him very well. He's up against Sir Heavens. And at the same time, on that same channel, we also have Sabatender and Scooby D going at each other. And on A Link to the Past Randomizer 3, we have Marai-chan versus Xenoxis 93. And again, we have a whole bunch of other matches lined up for you tomorrow with various streams. Stay tuned for those. And also, there's also one other match channel was missed here. We also have Phylian and Demon in RHK, and Zappa and Redux the 4th and Blaine going at it at Speed Gaming 2. So those are all good races you'd probably go watch. I don't know where we're going to be going. Any last thoughts there, Dime?
No, I think that'll do it. Again,
Alright.
GG to everybody.
Yep.
Yeah,
GG.
GG to everyone here. Lord of the Synth, you did a great job. Once again, give our runners a follow here. Lord of the Synth, TheLostCarol, Ivan Wilthing, seriously, no. My co-commentator has been Dime, with Nif Boy here on tracking and DevStar175. From all of us here, we'll see you all next time, and thanks for watching. Later, folks!
Peace out.
Good night, Internet. Oh, thanks for commentating. Have a good night.